So I just got done mowing the lawn, and one of the things that came to me while I was doing that was the opportunity that AI can give us around the task of updating your addresses if you ever move house. So pretty painful exercise, pretty annoying, but this is maybe something that AI can really help with. And if you were to do that historically, you might use Australia Post's redirection service. As an individual, you're probably looking at around $192 for that for 12 months. And if you've got a home office, you're looking at around $770. So there's certainly a financial incentive to try and solve this differently. And so my idea would be that you basically give Gmail a prompt using Gemini, and you say, go back over my email over the last, let's say, 3 years, maybe longer, but 3 years. Find any emails that contain my address, and you obviously give it your address, and then extract the emails from those sent emails, deduplicate, and make a list. So then you've got a list of those emails of effectively contacts you need to reach out to. Then you would ask it to draft an email and use that list as BCC emails in that email, and then draft the email that provides the updated address, and an email that wraps around and says, hey, I need to update my address, here's the new one, etc., etc., and it sends off to that list of contacts that you've communicated with in the last few years. Now, that's part of the equation. I think that would work quite well, but obviously that's not the only place where addresses are stored. So we've all got a ton of online accounts these days, and some of those, a number of those, have our address in. So that's also a place where we need to go to and update. So the very manual way of doing that is to look through your history, or come up with this list of sites, maybe just off the top of your head from memory. But again, I think as you register for each one of these services, they'll end up in your email, so you can prompt Gmail or via Gemini, prompt it to give you a list of those sites and services that you've registered for, probably since the time that you've been at that property. So let's call it 5 years. Make a list of those services, and then you're up for logging into each one of those, going to the account page, and then updating the address. However, if you've got an agent and you were trusting enough to give it your credentials for each one of the services, you could potentially set your agent on the task of logging in, finding the account page, going to the address section, and then updating the address to the new address on your behalf. The stumbling block I can see with that side of things is just your MFA. And as far as I know, there's no real great way for agents to get around that. So if anyone has an idea, let me know. But yeah, just a sort of a thought exercise in terms of how we can make that clumsy process of updating addresses a bit easier.